Next on LionTV, we have Spill the Tea with Bethany Ellis and A Story Over Art with Megan Homeyer.
And I'm Parker Staggs here to bring your local weather updates. All that and more, LionTV starts now.
Good afternoon, Searcy High School. I'm Hannah Shoei.
And I'm Josh Cremines. Let's get right into some announcements.
Cultura is coming up. It's going to be February 4th in the SHS cafeteria from 5:30 to 7:30. If you are able to help out, go to any foreign language teacher and sign up. Also, this is a good way to earn points for Spanish or French honorary.
Please be sure to Please be sure to check the Watson found in the West office for any coats, lunch containers, or any items that you may have misplaced. Any item not claimed by January 17th will be donated.
The FBI is offering the Future Agent in Training program. A student must be 16 through 19 years old by April 10th, have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, and will be willing to travel to Fort Smith, their responsibility, on April 10th, 17th, and 24th for the 8:30 to 4 o'clock program. The student cannot be involved in any criminal proceeding, not to include traffic violations. Interested students can pick up information in the Guidance Center.
Mississippi State University is hosting their spring preview days on February 17th and March 23rd. Registration is available as January 17th at 9 a.m. Please visit preview day at mississippistate.edu. Let's get with Megan Homeyer with a story on how art can be therapeutic.
Searcy High School has several electives students can participate in, and one of which is art class. But why would one want to participate in art? Are there any benefits? The answer is absolutely. There are several reasons, but there's one reason you may not have thought about.
I like to draw in my sketchbooks, and on the off chance that I have time to, I like to paint. Painting is very calming only because it makes me think about a lot of things.
According to an article by Resources to Recover, studies have shown that drawing and painting can release dopamine, a chemical in the brain that is released to make you happier. Art can help reduce stress, anxiety, and even heighten self-esteem.
Sometimes whenever I'm upset, I'll draw pictures. It'll make me feel better faster than if I just sit there and think about the thing that's making me upset.
There's more than one way to express yourself. Students in art classes are able to work with a variety of mediums, including clay, acrylic paints, pastels, watercolor, graphite, and even more. Each medium has endless possibilities for everyone's own unique style.
Right now, we're working on a collage where we get scrap pieces of newspapers and we glue them together to make our own art.
Sometimes art isn't going to turn out the way you want it to, but that's okay. It's important to have fun, relax, and spend more time between you and the canvas. Take a breath and don't overthink it.
Art is just a really cool way to help get emotions out that you normally don't want to.
Art can be a great way to spend time with yourself and relieve stress. It can express individuality and your personality, and you can do it your way. It's up to you to decide how you create art, and perhaps more people should try it out, especially during these chaotic times. Back to the news desk.
Thanks, Megan, for that insight.
9 people were injured, including a child who was airlifted to a hospital when a school bus and a dump truck collided Tuesday afternoon on a state highway in northeast Arkansas, authorities said. Arkansas State Police spokesman Bill Slater said the vehicles collided just south of Hoxie, about 120 miles northeast of Little Rock. The dump truck was southbound on US 73 south of Hoxie when it struck the rear of the bus that was starting to turn on the side road. The bus veered off the road and overturned, according to a state police statement.
The U.S. on Tuesday reported its first case of a new and potentially deadly virus circulating in China, saying a Washington state resident who returned last week from the outbreak's epicenter was hospitalized near Seattle. The man, identified as a Snohomish County resident, is in his 30s, was in good condition and wasn't considered a threat to medical staff or the public, health officials said. U.S. officials stressed that they believe the virus overall risk to the American public remained low.
When Revolutionary War soldier Josiah Clark was buried in a small Vermont cemetery near Riverbank in 1835, It's supposed to be his final resting place, but erosion over the years made worse by more intense storms has washed away some graves and left the remains of Clark, who fought at the 1775 Battle of Bunker Hill, Massachusetts. Precautiously perched on the edge of the steep eroding bank, his bones were exhumed last spring, and now the town is trying to figure out what to do about the eroding cemetery where another Revolutionary War soldier is also buried.
Now let's go to Parker Staggs to see what the weather is going to be like this weekend.
What is up, sir? I'm Parker Staggs, here to bring your local weather updates. Today is January 24th of 2020. Today we have some mostly cloudy skies with a high of 45 and a 10% chance of rain. Your winds are looking at west-northwest at 11 miles an hour, and your humidity is at 79%, and your sun rose at 7:11 this morning onto tonight. Tonight we're looking at some showers with rain at 10% chance. It'll be cold, dropping down to 29 degrees. Winds are still moving west-northwest at 6 miles per hour. Humidity is at 87%, and your sunset will be at 5:27 p.m. On to the almanac. For the last 7 days, temperatures will have a high of 65 and a low of 22 with a month's average precipitation of 3.57 inches. Your month to date will be at 4.96 inches. On to the 5cast. Saturday we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 48, a low of 37, and a 10% chance of rain. Sunday we're having showers again with a high of 49, a low of 38, 50% chance of rain. Monday, we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a high of 56, a low of 36, and a 10% chance of rain. Tuesday, we're looking at afternoon showers with a high of 52, a low of 40, and a 40% chance of rain. Wednesday, we're looking at morning showers with a high of 51, a low of 38, and 40% chance of rain. It's going to be raining towards next week.
I didn't know that.
Now you do.
Let's look at where I'm for lunch on Monday. We'll be having cheese pizza, chicken and cheese quesadilla, seasoned whole kernel corn, grapes, and a variety of milk.
Be sure to thank our wonderful lunch ladies for all of their hard work.
Now we've got Bethany with Spill the Tea.
Hey Cersei High, I'm Bethany Ellis here to spill the tea on AP classes. Let's take a look at some of your questions. Sammy asks, how will AP classes help me get into college? This is a somewhat complicated answer. Although AP classes definitely strengthen your resume and show colleges that you are ready for college classes, colleges don't always accept one person over another just because of the course titles on your transcript. That being said, AP classes definitely give students an edge in college. Students have the opportunity to receive college credit, meaning less money spent on expensive college classes and textbooks, increase their GPA since they are graded on a different scale than other classes, and prepare for rigorous college courses. The next question is from Trey. He asks, can I take AP classes without taking a pre-AP class first? It depends on the class. Some classes, such as AP Chemistry or Biology, you already have to take the prerequisite for to graduate. Other classes, like AP Physics, have no required class, but there are recommended classes that will give you a great background knowledge for the class, which in this case would be pre-AP Calculus and possibly your required science classes. The next question is from a doggo lover. She asks, can I take my dog? She needs to learn about the government and become an educated citizen. Short answer, unfortunately no. Long-ish answer, if you brought your precious pup to school anyways, at least make sure I get to pet him or her. I love dogs. Anyways, next question is from Daniel. He asks, what are the pros and cons of taking AP classes? Well, AP classes definitely help you prepare for college, boost your GPA, and give you a chance to earn college credit early. But there are some things you want to be mindful of. AP classes are meant to be harder than other classes, so you do not want to take too many of them at once, especially in subjects you struggle in. You will definitely have more work to do and the class can move much quicker than others. However, your teachers are always there to help. They're rooting for you to succeed. They give you difficult lessons and a lot of work because they know you can do it. And that's all I have for today, Cersei. If you want a shout out on my next segment or want to ask me about foreign language classes and clubs, DM me your questions at Spill the Tea with Bethany. Until next time, that's the tea, sis.
Thanks, Bethany. Hey Josh, do you know the score for Tuesday's game?
No, that's what Dakota Johnson is here for.
Let's hear it, Taco.
Good afternoon, Cersei. Let's give you a recap and what to look forward to this week. The Cersei varsity basketball team won Tuesday's home conference game against Greene County Tech with a score of 73-59. The girls also won their game with a score of 58-44. The wrestling team will have a tournament at Greenbrier tonight and tomorrow, and the SHA's basketball team will have a game starting at 6 at Jonesboro. In college news, your Arkansas Razorbacks faced off against Mississippi State with a score of 24-54, leaving Arkansas with a devastating loss. Auburn went against South Carolina. The Auburn Tigers ended up winning with a score of 67-80. Alabama and Vanderbilt ended with a score of 77-62 in favor of Alabama. An ugly brawl broke out at the Kansas State game. At one point, DeSousa picked up a stool and held it over his head before Kansas assistant Jarence Howard grabbed it from him from behind. It took both coaching staff, the official, and Allen Fieldhouse security to separate the teams. In national sports, the All-Star Game will be held this Sunday, and the Super Bowl will be next week. In basketball, rookie Zion Williamson went on his debut on the court for the Pelicans, going 4 for 4 on his threes and multiple rebounds, scoring 22 points in the game. Tonight you will have the Kings against the Bulls and the Clippers against the Heat. That's all I have for you today. Cersei, back to the news desk.
Thanks, Dakota, for those sports updates.
Well, Cersei, that's all we have for you today.
If you missed an episode, you can go to our new YouTube channel, Cersei High LionTV.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at LionTV and Instagram and Facebook at Cersei LionTV.
Also, check out my story over this new season of basketball over on CerseiLionPress.com. Signing off, I'm Hannah Shoei.
And I'm Josh Cremines. Have a wonderful weekend, Cersei.